after bidding you a final goodbye. Join me for this video. Greetings and a warm welcome to all. Hope you're doing great. Today's discussion dives into the narcissist's response upon realizing your departure, the certainty of your absence, and their exposure regarding manipulation and deceit. You catch my drift, don't you? So in this presentation, I aim to analyze the expected conduct of a narcissist once they realize you've left, no longer willing to be entangled in their manipulative schemes. You're done with it. Thus, what steps will they take once they comprehend losing you permanently? Numerous unfolding developments weave a complex tapestry of reactions when dealing with narcissistic individuals. A pivotal realization to grasp is their intense resentment when they recognize your unwillingness to return to their circle. Contrary to intuition, narcissists abhor losing their sources of emotional supply. Their insatiable desire for a multitude of individuals catering to their every emotional need propels them. Losing someone who discerns their manipulative tactics becomes a cataclysmic event. You, in all likelihood, were their primary source of emotional supply, offering copious attention, energy, time, compassion, and patience. Your departure bears significant weight, although its magnitude may not be immediately apparent. The narcissist vehemently abhors this outcome, resorting to two primary response strategies. Initially, their effort is to reclaim your attention, not necessarily to rekindle romance, but to reintegrate you into their familiar cycle. This entails meeting their needs and providing emotional supply without reciprocation. Their assertions of transformation, deep longing, and inability to live without you lack sincerity. These hollow assurances aim to manipulate you back into serving their desires, showcasing a facade of superficial acknowledgement. It's vital to see through these facades, as their true intentions remain constant. The narcissist's unchanged cognitive framework perpetuates their behavior. If their approach yields results, change lacks incentive. This constitutes the initial tactic. Alternatively, some narcissists skip this phase entirely, opting to devalue you and initiate a smear campaign. Their aim is to penalize you for exposing their manipulation, evoking wounds of abandonment and rejection. Their primary reaction revolves around punishment, character assassination, and influencing others to perceive you negatively. In the complex web of human interactions, there exists a facet often cloaked in illusion, a layer so finely crafted, it's an artful manipulation. Within this interplay, you, dear reader, may find yourself positioned not as your true essence, but as a projection, an image the narcissist orchestrates, desiring the world to perceive. The narcissist, adept in the art of evading culpability for relationship demise, deftly sidesteps accountability for their actions, redirecting fault squarely onto your shoulders. They paint you as the crux of the issue, perhaps even insinuating a mental disorder plagues your being. Projection is their forte, the skill at which they excel, relentlessly insisting that the core of the problem resides within you. Their strategic intent? To sway the collective opinion, crafting a narrative where the relationship's failure is pinned on your supposed deficiencies. Safeguarding a facade of pristine self-image becomes their relentless pursuit, their fear of exposure propelling this charade. The thought of public revelation is profoundly discomforting, pushing them to skillfully evoke guilt within you for the relationship's demise, coaxing you to remediate what's irrevocably fractured. Yet, amidst this convoluted dance, it's vital to pause, to step back. Consider this. What if the narcissist grasps the reality, the irrevocable conclusion that you've moved on? Could it be that the relationship has unequivocally reached its terminus? It's imperative, my friends, to disentangle from this tempestuous vortex. Detachment from the narcissist's orbit, be it thoughts, actions, or intentions, is paramount. Your narrative, your life, is centered on you. It's imperative to channel energy towards your own wellness. Irrespective of the narrative spun or actions orchestrated, hold steadfast to your truth, the realization that their storyline lacks authenticity. Should others choose to immerse in their narrative, let it be their choice. You need not expend energy in an attempt to forcibly align their perceptions with your reality. Some will discern you for who you are, while others may succumb to the allure of the narcissist's illusions. That's all right. There's no compulsion to validate yourself. Your truth stands firm. Those ensnared within the narcissist's web might struggle to grasp your perspective. Let them traverse their chosen path. Your focal point should be your progression forward. How much of your precious time are you willing to sacrifice in decoding the intricacies of the narcissist's psyche? The hours spent dissecting motivations, unraveling the why behind their actions. Your discernment already acknowledges their narcissistic disposition. Should you yearn for deeper insight, a recommendation awaits: an insightful video exploring the labyrinthine depths of narcissistic tendencies and the empowerment such knowledge can bring. Understand this: change isn't within the narcissist's repertoire. Even if you unravel their intricacies, beseeching transformation, their course remains unaltered. Their behaviors serve their objectives, rendering metamorphosis a distant mirage. Once untethered from the narcissist's sphere, forge ahead. The past is but a mirage. Your trajectory lies ahead. Embrace this truth as it's pivotal in your journey towards healing and personal evolution. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Goodbye. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of our journey together. In this episode, our focus revolves around unraveling the 5 elements susceptible to vanishing within a toxic relationship involving a narcissist or any toxic individual. Undoubtedly, there exists a multitude, but I'll narrow down our discourse to the top 5 aspects frequently highlighted in conversations with survivors, victims, and those who thrived beyond relationships with narcissistic individuals. Should you possess additional insights, please don't hesitate to share them in the comments section. The audience is diverse, and your contributions might profoundly impact someone's journey. Without further ado, let's plunge into the heart of the matter. Entrapped within toxic relationships with individuals exhibiting narcissistic traits, one of the most pivotal casualties is the forfeiture of personal identity. Yes, the dissolution of oneself. Conversing with various individuals reveals a haunting truth: the inability to retort to a simple inquiry. What have you done for yourself lately? A fixation on catering to others eclipses self-care in these destructive bonds. The divergence from one's true self becomes palpable. Routines, passions, and even physical well-being bear the brunt. Weight fluctuations, diminished gym visits, and the abandonment of once cherished activities, a stark testament to the erosion of personal identity. The intimate embrace with such relationships thwarts the sustenance of selfhood. Navigating this labyrinth with a narcissistic persona curtails the essence of being. Existing to appease rather than living for oneself becomes the norm. A transition from elation to mere endurance ensues as the pursuit of contentment, serenity, and personal advancement shifts, estranging one from former sources of happiness. That which once sparked joy, those moments edged 2, 3, or more years ago, slip into oblivion. It's akin to a metamorphosis of self to accommodate the relationship and the narcissistic entity within it. The axis of identity starts revolving around the toxic persona, eclipsing the once defining attributes that heralded joy and contentment. A subsequent forfeiture manifests in the form of time, an invaluable commodity squandered within these confines. Regrets resonate in echoes, the lament of not departing earlier reverberates within many. The retrospect harbors wishes of divorce or departure, years too late. Nonetheless, amidst this protracted struggle, not all is forsaken, a notion to be expounded upon in my ongoing course. Nevertheless, a substantial quantum of time dissipates. The currency of time, priceless and irretrievable, eludes reclamation once dissipated. The passage of a mere 6 months assumes the guise of an eternity. To some, such a duration could encompass cherished moments with loved ones. In the realm of existence, time reigns supreme, and in the crucible of relationships laced with narcissism, it fades into oblivion. A striking revelation surfaces: the indifferent regard of narcissists toward time's dissipation, for their needs satiated, renders your needs forsaken. Your time dissipates unnoticed, while theirs remains unscathed. This asymmetric dynamic, a recurring motif in these relationships, exacts a heavy toll. And then there comes the prospect of losing happiness, a monumental loss. Amidst the catalog of misfortunes, happiness stands as a paramount casualty. A symbiotic relation with the initial loss of identity emerges. The reservoir of joy dries up. A prolonged stay in such a liaison dims the radiance in life. Former sources of elation become forbidden territories, wielded as ammunition against you. The agony of its perversion into a weapon is unfathomable, sapping the very essence of happiness and joy. Navigating relationships, especially toxic ones, poses multifaceted challenges, each aspect carrying its own weighty implications. One vital facet concerns parenting dynamics. particularly when co-parenting with someone entrenched in toxicity. The conundrum lies in the struggle to be a steadfast and nurturing parent when one's inner happiness stands compromised. It's not about indicting parental capabilities, but acknowledging the difficulty in wholeheartedly engaging when internal contentment is elusive. Despite attempts to feign happiness for the sake of a child's joy, sustaining this facade amid personal happiness depletion remains an arduous task. Equally significant is the impact on social circles, friends, and family. Toxic relationships often breed isolation, severing ties with close-knit bonds. It's a theme not confined solely to toxic entanglements, but extends to the broader scope of life's isolating tendencies. The repercussions are profound, as not only casual acquaintances but long-standing friendships spanning decades may dwindle. The toxicity either drives a wedge between friends or compels them to step back, granting space. And witnessing your distress, they inadvertently drift away, amplifying the sense of loss. Furthermore, the loss isn't restricted to friendships. Familial relationships also bear the brunt. The distressing aspect emerges when even children, witness to the toxicity, reach a breaking point, opting to sever ties. Such dire circumstances might lead children to distance themselves, finding the situation unbearable. Sometimes the toxicity saturates the familial environment to an extent where children dissociate from both parents, navigating the complex dynamics by exercising their own coping mechanisms. The erosion of freedom and autonomy serves as another casualty in these toxic landscapes. It's akin to surrendering control over one's life to the whims of a toxic entanglement. It morphs into a claustrophobic existence, reminiscent of being a member of a one-person cult or, in more extreme scenarios, a collective cult family. The toxicity seeps into every facet, dictating movements, conversations, and even thoughts, leaving a hollow semblance of autonomy. The parallels drawn liken the experience to living in a personal cult, the toxic individual masquerading as the controlling figurehead. The struggle within these confines resonates with many, and the candid portrayal of this reality, akin to the honest portrayal of a hot and ready Little Caesars pizza, exposes the expanse of losses experienced, overshadowing any semblance of gains. Moreover, the losses extend beyond emotional turmoil, delving into the realms of financial autonomy and quality time spent with children. Exiting the toxicity doesn't guarantee liberation, as co-parenting entanglements might perpetuate the losses. With time, the losses burgeon while gains dwindle, underscoring the steep toll exacted by prolonged entrenchment in such toxic dynamics. Before urging everyone to depart abruptly, it's vital to acknowledge the intricacies of each circumstance. I'm merely emphasizing that when losses accumulate disproportionately against scarce gains, the necessity for making arduous choices becomes evident. Prioritize your safety, fortify your resilience, and seek empowerment. Should there be any overlooked aspect, I encourage you to contribute in the comment section. Expressing gratitude and